Hello children, good morning. This is Kameshwari. Today I want to continue the same lesson. Already I explained the lesson from gathering food to growing food. How did the humans develop from growing stage to gathering stage to growing stage? In the last video, I explained you what type of food they ate, which type of houses they live, and I explained you some important archaeological sites also. Continue the same lesson. In this lesson, I explained you where did they live, how did they live, and which type of stone tools used by them. Let us discuss in this lesson. Towards the settled life, archaeologists have found traces of huts and some sites. In the last video, I explained you what is the meaning of site. Site means archaeologists found some of the evidences of earliest people. Where did they found those sources? Those areas are called sites. Archaeologists have found traces of huts, some sites. Where did they found the huts of these earliest people are Burjaham. In the Burjaham site, archaeologists found some of the huts of earliest humans. In Burjaham area, people built some pit houses. Pit houses they constructed the underground of the earth. They constructed some of the steps, and these houses protected those people from cold weather, heat, rain, etc. Archaeologists have also found cooking hearths inside and outside the huts. In those huts, cooking hearths, nowadays we are all using in your houses gas stoves. Different types of stoves are using in your daily life. In those days, people they did not know these type of gas stoves and everything. They were using cooking hearths. These were founded by the archaeologists outside and inside of those houses. This suggests you, depending on the weather, people could cook food either indoors and outdoors also. Okay, children, I showed some of the cooking hearths, and it is an example of pit house. Next, which type of stone tools were used by them? Stone age is divided into three types: Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic. Here in this area, archaeologists have found the Neolithic stone age tools, stone tools. Stone tools have been found from many sites as well. Not only in one area, in the surrounding areas, Burjaham, Hallur, Payampalli in our Andhra Pradesh, these are all areas archaeologists have found some of the stone tools used by those people. Many of these different from earlier Paleolithic stone tools. In the early age, the people used the big stones, but in these areas, archaeologists have found the Neolithic stone tools. What is the difference between Paleolithic stones and Neolithic stones? Neolithic stones were polished to give a fine cutting edge, and mortars and pestles also used by them. Nowadays also we are all using the mortars and pestles. Mortar, we are all using grinding the black grams and some of the chutneys also. and pestles at the same time we are all using. They used these two tools for grinding grain and other plant produce. Many kinds of earthen pots also have been found founded by the archaeologists. These were sometimes decorated and were used for storing things, cooking food. Besides, they began weaving cloth using different kinds of materials. Nowadays, we are all using the pots. These pots store some of the water in summer season, but in olden days, they used these pots for storing food items and cooking food items. For these purposes, they used these pots. Sometimes in the leisure time, they are decorated these pots. Some of the decorated pots here I pasted. See, children. Nowadays, we are all painting on the pots, but it was you learned these things from your ancestors. At the same time, along with that, painting pots and preparing pots, they began weaving cloth also using different kinds of materials. Example, cotton. They know the cotton and they prepared cloth also. What about other customs and practices? Which type of rules and regulations were followed by them? Yes, many of these farmers and herders live in groups. These farmers and herders or live in groups. Those groups are called tribes. Some of the families or live in one area. Those are all called tribal people. Usually, two to three generations live together in small settlements or villages. Most families are related to one another, and groups of such families form a tribe. Form, F-O-R-M, here little spelling mistake came, children, you correct it. Usually three generations, two or three generations. Two, yours father and yours grandfather's families, and here your grandfather's father's families also live together in one area in small settlements, that is a one village. Most are related, those are all related one to another, and groups of such families form a tribe. These tribal people all are follows the different types of practices and festivals also. Most of the people have done agriculture, fishing. These are all works done by the tribal people. Women do most of the agricultural works, looking after the children and gathering the plant foods, growing plants, harvesting grain. These are the works of the women. Men usually lead a large herds of animals in search of pastures. Children often look after small flocks and cleaning the sheds and taking the milk and gathering the food items. These are all works done by the children. In the leisure time, these tribal people are preparing pots and decorated those pots, and they are cleaning their huts. These are the works of those people. What are the entertainment programs of these tribal people? Were dancing, singing, and decorating their huts. These are the entertainment programs of these people. They have a one head also, one leader. They elected one of the head of this tribe. They had to follow the words uh, passed by the leader. Next, they followed the different types of cultural traditions also. They worshipped different types of the gods and goddesses. Example, Muchalamma, and they celebrated Gongora Panduga, Pacha Panduga, like that. So this is about our tribal people. One such type of village is Maggar. Now let us discuss about the Maggar. Maggar is located in a fertile plain near Bolan Pass, which is one of the most important routes to Iran. It was located in the Bolan Pass, the most important route from the Iran. Maggar was probably one of the place where women and men learned to grow barley and wheat and rear sheep and goats for the first time in this area. In this area, people learned to grow barley and wheat. In the first lesson, I explained you 8,000 years ago, people started agriculture in the nearly Narmada Valley, the side of the Narmada river. They had started. In the Maggar area, they learned to grow, they know how to grow the crops, barley and wheat. At the same time, they rear some animals also, sheep and goats, the first time in this area. Archaeologists found evidence of many kinds of animals' bones from the earliest levels. Here, in this area, Maggar area, archaeologists found evidences of many kinds of animal bones from the earliest levels. Earliest levels bones, later days, they found some of the bones of sheep and goat. After the latter levels, they found most common animals that was generally kept by the farmers people. After that, they have found one of the burial site also in this area, in Maggar area. Archaeologists found one burial site also. When people die, people give respect to them, and their relatives, friends, generally they pay respect to them. People look after them, perhaps in the belief that there is some them. After death, burial sites have been found. That is a common arrangement for us. Several burial sites have been found at Maggar area. The dead person was buried with goats, which were probably meant to serve as a food in the next world. After death, they had life. That's why they buried along with the dead body some of the goats and some of the food items also. Okay, children? Okay, children, have you understood? In the next video, I will explain you a closer look to another Dowsley Hartling. That is another oldest village in our world. Let us discuss next video. Okay, bye.